TTT THROWDOWN!
On this week's Throwdown, we have delightful David demo the workout.
We've got single unders, thrusters, speed steps, and double unders.
We release these workouts right here on YouTube every Thursday at 1 p.m.
It's
gonna be a spicy one!
This week's Throwdown is for time. 210 single unders, 21 thrusters, 150 speed steps, 15 thrusters, 90 double unders, 9 thrusters.
This week's demo athlete is David Bradley, teen CrossFit Games champion, been in the individual division for his second year this year, striving to make it to semifinals, maybe make it to the CrossFit Games.
And if you want to warm up, movement standards, and a scaled version of this workout, look in the description down below.
Now, let's see the on-site athletes and their reactions to this workout.
Let's see it.
Whew. I'm not dead today. That's nice.
Second speed steps. You've never done them before though, right? Yeah, it's your first time. I feel like that was a lot.
Marissa counted wrong for me. You messed up the count, bro? So I had to take over my counting after like 50 singles. Are you gonna cry?
No, I'm not gonna cry this time. No, I did like the single unders and speed steps unbroken, but then on the double unders, I smacked myself in the butt like every 10 reps. Like, but it's fine. Are you gonna do like a replay thing?
It was fun. My calves are cramping. Both calves are cramping. I meet up. Hey.
How was it?
It was great.
You're out of focus. You're out of focus.
Oh shit.
Now you're in focus.
Okay. It was great. You want
You're out of focus. You're out of focus.
You're doing the single unders for so long and the speed steps that it's almost as if your like motor function kind of slows down between your hands and your feet. Try to stay in it motor function wise, but it's definitely a fast one.
How does one stay in motor function?
It was good. It was good. It's fast. Yep.
I think David had a few no-rep thrusters in there, so I think I might have beaten him.
Did you beat Gabby?
Like he'll tell you that he won, but he doesn't know.
She's talking shit.
What? Why talk shit?
He's just stared at me.
Oh, a little bit.
Hardest part? Judging. For sure.
What's up, y'all?
How was it?
Yeah, the single unders. It was fun, man. That's about it, though.
I feel like I got lost in space in the single unders. Like, it was very weird. I was like, wait, where's my rope? Where am I jump? I'm so confused.
It was fine. Kyle Habdo tried to trip me up. He threw a ball at me during it. You guys think you have it tough at home, try to do the Throwdown here. People are just literally trying to knock you out.
The teen machine. 3, 2, 1, and we're off.
He's a grown-up boy now.
Yeah.
And he's gotten a lot stronger. But
Yes,
we're not here
he
to talk
has.
about that.
Yeah.
He didn't have a strategy. He just said go unbroken.
Yeah.
So you could see him versus Ava Grace in the background. The cycle speed of the hands on single unders can make a big difference. I'm guessing it opens with 210 reps, right?
Yeah.
That he'll probably finish these singles a little bit ahead of both of the other demos in the background. This is a skill that I would recommend practicing it since so stuff like this has come out. Brandon's been putting it in the Compete program, and it's definitely something that people have gotten so unfamiliar with because they've been doing dubs for so long.
Yeah, and you can even just put this into your warm-up. Like, it's not something that you need to have a fully structured program for. Now, we do that in Compete because we want them to be good at this and crossovers and all the other things that may come out. But, like, warm up for a minute and then go to your double unders or whatever else you're going to do.
Yep. Low and other thing too is like you can see he misses there, but how he generates, like how little his hands are moving. If you look in the background, just much more up and down. Like
And how small.
Yeah, how
jump
small
is.
the loop is. Like he's just efficient with the jump rope. And I think sometimes doing these lower level skills, people don't think they transfer to double unders, but they can actually make a huge difference.
Yes. Yeah, hand position, how you spin with your wrist, the bounding on the ball of foot.
Yep, a minute 15, and they're doing singles in the back, and they're still going unbroken. So that's definitely something to think about.
So this is a sprint workout. It's going to be super fast. You'll see he's going to go unbroken through all these. But if you want to have a competitive score in this, you need to think about squat stance, pulling the barbell back down to your shoulders, and then obviously getting out of the squat as quickly as possible. This is basically like Fran with jump rope.
Yeah. I saw this workout, and I was like, oh, this isn't going to be that bad. But Mike said it was really challenging.
Mike was messed up for 30 minutes after. Yeah, he went hard. He was fast.
Yeah, those
All
are
right,
some
so
fast thrusters.
unbroken thrusters, and then onto the speed steps.
Do you have him train these, Max?
No, I asked him about it. He said that he's just done, he had a
He used to box or something.
And he had like a weight
really
loss
good
story,
technique,
and he
too.
just used to do a lot of this. But his technique is really solid there. This is another skill too. Like it can transfer to running, and it's really hard to get smooth. I'm sure when we see the other people in the background, it's not going to look that tight and controlled.
Don't trip steps for me.
Yeah, they are hard.
Yeah.
The one thing that you can lose time here is obviously the trip. You see he's already tripped twice, but it's just stay calm, get the rope back behind you like he just did there, and then obviously start your next set.
Those misses, he's really starting his next reps in less than a second. Yeah. That's super impressive because I feel like the miss time is usually what gets people on there.
Slowing down a little bit.
Yeah, he's blocking out the person in the background. I'd like to see somebody else do speed steps.
Looks like she might be kicking her feet forward.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
If you haven't done them, it's really hard to get a feel for how you should do it, but I really like getting your knees up a little bit and keeping your feet in the same spot.
Yeah, he mimicked actual jump ropers when he did this. You can see in the back, like, it's just not as smooth of a cadence. She's still going on to one, but you almost want to look like you're running in place. Like he's almost going into mini pose running positions.
Yeah.
And then you count only 1 foot, correct? So every
Yes.
time your left foot hits the ground is 1 rep.
Yeah, it's the rope actually spins as fast as double unders when you're doing this properly, but so it becomes really hard to count. You'd be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it makes it a lot easier to just say, okay, we're going to count on the right foot. So you go right, no count for the left, right. All right, he's done at 330. Now 15 reps.
Really good transition. Again, in these sprint workouts, that matters a lot. So getting your rope down, making sure it doesn't get tangled, move to the barbell quickly, and then you notice that when he squatted it, he was catching it in the bottom of the squat and then starting his first rep, not catching it in a power clean, then going down.
David's really good at cycle speed type stuff in general.
Yeah. He has been getting much fitter.
Yeah, he's doing a good job here too. Really fast out of the bottom. He's pulling the bar down to his shoulders again. I think that's really important if you want to have fast thrusters.
All right. How many double unders here?
90.
All right.
It's a lot of hopping.
Yeah, it is. And it's a lot of hopping with squatting. I feel like the squatting combination blows up your legs and then makes the jump really uncomfortable.
Mike said it felt like, was it 17.5? That was the 10 rounds of double unders and thrusters. Do you remember
yes,
that?
yes.
He's like, my legs kind of felt like that.
Oh, that was a gross workout.
Oh, it was very,
there
very
were some good on-site experiences for that workout.
Yeah.
Look at, he's aware over there. He's not counting.
He's trying to
looking.
beat someone's score.
Oh,
like
really?
I don't
actually,
know,
it
but
was
that's
Mike.
what it looks
Oh, it
like.
was?
Yeah.
Mike's score?
Mike said no one can beat me at this.
Oh, nice. And he got smashed probably. Did
It
he?
was close. I think it was close. I don't know.
He was on a podcast recently. If you want to go pull that up.
All right.
Was
now
it
you're supposed to finish.
Cheetos to podium?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
2, 3. Man, his cycle
Good
speed
sprint
is
finish
still
there.
Yeah, it's really
super
good.
fast.
As
This
he
is
finishes,
really
a couple
impressive.
things you guys can think about. Widen your stance a little bit and train that for thrusters if you want to be fast. Widen your grip out just a little bit and then pull the bar down.
Bam. 502.
That's pretty good. I think Mike was 508, so he definitely won.
But, yeah, Mike lost.
Yeah, buddy.
All right. Well,
All right, let's go to that whiteboard.
Let's go to that whiteboard, eh?
Yeah, whiteboard.
Let's talk target and strategy for TTT TD166. So for elite athletes, we just saw David do it. That's probably about as fast as you can go. He had a couple breaks in there, so there's a couple seconds that you can maybe take away from his score, but we think that within that sub 5:30 time frame, so another 30 seconds slower than David, is probably going to be where the threshold of elite athletes finishing this workout. Now, as we go into RX, I think at that point it's really just how good are you at the skills with the jump rope, and we're giving about a 2-minute buffer for misses, for rep speed on the speed steps, and I think if you can go sub 7:30, you're kind of in that RX category where maybe you still need to work on these skills and can improve your fitness a little bit, but that's still going to be a relatively good execution. For an intermediate athlete, getting under that 9-minute cap is going to be a challenge, especially if you are not dialed in with single unders or speed steps in the workout. So I want to give you some tips with regards to jump ropes. We put these jump ropes into the throwdown really to make sure that people are paying attention to all of the different jump rope skills that could potentially come out in the open or quarterfinals. We saw that some of this already happened at the CrossFit Games, so being prepared and getting an opportunity to do it in a competitive setting is important. But if you haven't practiced these skills, the likelihood that you're going to hit the points of performance is going to be very low. So in this, I'm going to explain some of the things that you need to be thinking about for long-term development, but also things that maybe you can practice in warm-ups that maybe make you a little bit more efficient for this workout. For this workout, you're not going to likely have enough time to practice to refine these skills, so just to do the best you can with what you have. For single unders, like we talked about when David was doing the workout, the target there would be to have a fast bound where you're jumping as little off the ground as you possibly can, and timing with your hands in very tight that the rope is going under at a really fast speed. So it's something that you need to get used to with regards to the cadence, moving the single unders quickly. A lot of people are going to be able to do this unbroken or close to unbroken with a couple breaks, but there's going to be a huge discrepancy in terms of the time it takes somebody that's fast with the rope versus somebody that struggles with the rope. Also, something that David did extremely well in this workout is when he missed, he had a very quick recovery to get back into the next rep. So take that into your skill level. Maybe it's not half a second back into a rep, but be aware that when you miss, you want to get right back into the workflow. Most likely people are not going to be blown up like in single unders like they would be with double unders. So just get back to work right away without taking long breaks. And I don't think for anyone we really need to think about planned breaks in those single unders. For speed steps, David displayed really good technique where he's kind of driving with the knees, almost looking like he's pose running in place, while doing that, again, with tight hands and doing quick recoveries if he misses going back into the next reps. One little thing to think about with regards to speed steps is that the shoulder posture of most speed steps is a little bit more rounded. A lot of people in CrossFit are, strong upper back, strong broad shoulders pulled back from a lot of gymnastics and overhead strength work, and they maintain those bigger postures out with wider hands when they're doing double unders, which is okay. But when you're trying to move in speed steps, rounding those shoulders forward and getting your hands into a tighter positions to the hips can allow for that faster sequence. If you go and watch people that do this at the highest level in speed steps, they're almost crunched over in these really weird postures, very low to the ground. So it's something that you can think about developing over time, that you're getting away from kind of this, gymnastics or weightlifting posture, and you're allowing yourself almost to round in the shoulders to get the arc of the rope a little bit lower to the ground. You're probably not going to be able to do that in this workout if you haven't practiced it, but I wanted to at least give you a thought about your technique that you can develop over time to make this better in the event it comes out in the CrossFit Open or quarterfinals. For double unders, you already know the drill. You've done these. They've been in every Open, so I'm not going to give you any points of performance on there. Just break as needed, or if you break, get back to work. For the thrusters, some little tips that you can do, because the squat speed probably matters for these elites. A lot of people are going to do it unbroken. Potentially widen your squat stance a little bit from normal. It'll shorten the range of motion a tiny bit, which could save a couple seconds in the workout, and it could really be a separator for the elite scores. If you're not there, messing with your squat stance might not really make a difference. Again, you can push your movement speed there. That probably goes for the elite RX, maybe not so much the intermediate, but it's something that you can think about doing. And transition quickly to the bar. So you watch David do this. He finished with his rope, basically quarter turn, 2 steps on the bar, picked it up, ready to go. This is the type of workout that for an elite, it's very sprint oriented. And even for an RX, just getting to work with the jump rope is definitely going to be valuable to save seconds in the workout. Last thing here is set a breaking strategy if needed. I think anybody that's striving for these elite scores, it's not really an option to break it. For RX, it's going to be kind of it depends answer. If somebody is really not comfortable with the jump rope and they know their engine is not as good or their legs blow up from thrusters, maybe putting a planned break in like 11-10 in the 21s and 8-7 in the 15s and then unbroken in the end could be beneficial for your overall score. But if you feel really good with your strength work and maybe you want to break and have planned breaks in the double unders, maybe an RX athlete would choose to go unbroken. It's kind of up to you relative to your skill level. And then for intermediate athletes, my guess, if you're just trying to go under the time cap, is that it would be more beneficial for you to have a planned breaking strategy. Maybe 3 sets in the 21s, 2 sets in the 15s, and try to hit unbroken in the 9s. But know that 5-4 with a really good, quick transition transition is better than getting to 7 or 8 and failing a rep and then having to take a long force break because you got to failure. So set the strategy ahead of time. Know that it's only 9 reps at the end and it's kind of Fran-esque, so you should have some sort of an understanding of what those thrusters are going to feel like in that format. The jump rope is a little bit different than pull-ups, but the overall rep scheme should be something you're familiar with if you've done CrossFit. So there you have it. Those are the targets for the workout. There's the jump rope targets that you have, thruster targets. Good luck on this workout.
Oh yeah, let's go!
Thank you very much.
Hell of a whiteboard! Let's give it up for him one more time.
I hate you guys.
What? Why talk shit? What? Why talk shit? What? Why talk shit? What? Why talk shit?
It's a wrap, you know what I'm saying? Your boy Project Patar in this thing, man. Hey, look, man, thank y'all for watching Training Think Tank's YouTube channel. Y'all hit that motherfucking subscribe button, you know what I'm saying? So y'all go ahead, man. Thank y'all for watching the channel, you know what I'm saying? Hit that motherfucking subscribe button, let it be known, what it be known, what it be known, you know what I'm saying? Patar.